It was hard for me, because, you think about being in a duo or a trio like me and Butter and Crystal. Those are people you see every day, and you just think they're always going to be there. I can't imagine how Eddie feels and everything. It's been devastating. It just goes to show you we never know when it's our time. It was sad. I shed several tears.
And not just a great artist, but a beautiful human being.
Yeah, he was real good looking. Oh, you mean, yeah. When we were on tour with them, with Toby, for that whole entire summer, and of course we toured a lot with them outside of touring with Toby, but they'd come out and watch every single one of our shows. He would give us tips and tricks and little things to help us get ready for shows, and he hung out on our bus with us all the time. I mean, Troy just really enjoyed hanging out with us, and we enjoyed hanging out with him. He brought his family out there a lot, and we got to hang out with them as well, and just good people, the hard workers. Was never the kind of person that thought, well, you're my competition, so I'm not going to help teach you anything. He still always pushed us and would challenge us, and they were great mentors to us. They actually had just cut one of my songs for their new record that's coming out, and I just talked to him about 2-3 weeks ago and just tell him, hey, thank you so much for believing in my song and all that, and he was very complimentary of it, and they were friends to the music industry as a whole, to the songwriters, to the fans. Of course, I've been watching them since I was a kid. They were the soundtrack to my high school.
Being in Nashville, I mean, the whole city down there has just got to be shocked.
Yeah, you could go out and you could, just randomly see him out hanging out and coming to places and supporting people's shows, and everybody was just baffled, and it hurt me. It hurt my soul to see that guy go.
Well, it's interesting that most of the comments we have on our Facebook page are from people that went to a show and without backstage passes or meet and greets or anything, Troy and Eddie still took the time to meet with people, even if they just wandered out by the bus.
Oh, yeah, absolutely. They were down to earth as you get and just treated people with respect and love. And
put on a show regardless if there was 10 people or 1,000 people.
Oh, yeah, I wouldn't care. They're going to put on a show, and they put on a phenomenal show. There's no doubt about that. It's probably one of my favorite acts to work with because of the kind of show they put on. And, they always honored our police officers and firefighters and, all the first responders and military. They never took for granted, the fact that they got to do what they get to do because of the fans and because of the people out there keeping our country safe. I think that's important, to realize that it's a blessing and an honor to get to do what we get to do.
So have you heard of any talk about a public memorial? Are there any plans in the makings? Have you heard anything about that?
I have not heard that just yet. I'm sure they will do something, even if it's just like a ceremony down here, because, we're on Average Joe's with them. But I know that right now they just ask for privacy and just to kind of get it all together. He's only 50 years old and, kids and wife, and they got to figure out what they want and what they need for their healing before anybody else. Thank y'all for honoring Troy as well.